G'day people, guys and gals. It's been a couple of days. I had a bit of a head cold and been snotty and shit like that, so that's why I didn't do anything the last couple of days. People have been asking. I appreciate all your support, I really do. Okay, this story, I'm going to talk about the School of Infantry. And I got out of recruiting. Was in 33 Platoon Delta Company at 1RTB, and then I was an ECN 500. So when I joined the army in '95, I didn't have a clue what I was going to be doing. I just went in blind. And then it's 12 weeks, and then on the 11th week they said, "Look, mate, you're going to infantry. There's like 45 of us. You're all going to fucking infantry, you know." So I marched out of Kapuka and found myself at Singleton near Newcastle there at the School of Infantry. Okay, I got there on a Monday morning and we weren't starting our course until the following Monday. So we had a week because we had to wait for another platoon at Kapuka to march out to make my new platoon at Singleton at the School of Infantry, which was now in the Long Tan platoon. So we could fill that platoon and then we could fucking crack on with our 90 days of fucking, 90 days of training. Okay, so I left Kapuka and I let my standards slip a little bit. Been a fucking 18-year-old, all fucking this, that, think I'm so fucking tough, just passed out of Kapuka, look at me go. So I was a little bit, I left some clothes on the floor, my bed wasn't quite made with hospital folds. And my section commander, his name was Gareth Jones. He was a Pommy guy, he had fought in Kosovo. And he had transferred to Australia, and Australia Royal Infantry. This guy had infantry tattooed across his throat. That's where I got my inspiration for my infantry tattoo. He had the roll of infantry down one leg, the poem, we got a poem for infantry and then the other leg, and he had the song across his stomach. He had flags on his back. He was fucking mad. I looked up to him like, you know, massively. And he was tattooed pretty much from his fucking, you know, from his chin to his toes, made all military shit. Yeah, so he was like a bit of an intimidating character. And he was hard. Everyone was saying he's a fucking hard cunt, you know. So I was like, oh fuck. Okay. He comes in and goes, "See this shit here, mate? Next Monday, if your fucking shit's like that, you know, there's going to be hell to pay. The standards don't drop. You know, just because you come to the School of Infantry, they stay, they maintain." Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm hearing this. The 6-7 days go by. Monday morning comes. We get up at 6 o'clock and you have 15 minutes to shave. Get dressed and make your bed, and your little area there has to be, you know, immaculate, pretty much. Like, you've got to hang your towel a certain way, your name's got to be in the left bottom corner, it's got to be like so many bricks up from the floor, you know. So there's just like this standard. And you walk into anyone's room and it's the same. Okay, it's exactly the same. No one sticks out. We're a team, you know. They'll say no I in team. So I'm just breathing a little bit hard, good sinuses. But yeah, so Monday morning comes and my towel's crooked, my bed hasn't got a hospital fold, you know. I've been a bit too I let that 7 days get to me. Fucking Jonesy, right? He grabs my towel, he throws it in the air, it sort of lands on my head and my shoulder, and behind it's a fucking straight right. Straight in my mouth, mate, on the bed. Fucking my lips, my teeth through my lip. I'm pissing blood and he's berating me. "You fucking slag cunt. You're not a fucking soldier's asshole. Fucking just giving it to me." And underneath, I'm wondering what the fuck, I'm seeing stars. I'm wondering what the fuck just happened to me, right? He's using me as an example, right? He's using me as the example. I'm the fucker. And straight away I'm on his shit list, you know. "You're fucking, I've got my eyes on you, fucking Gooding." They call me Goody. I was called in the army, so my nickname was Goody. So I'm thinking, fuck. And I was horrified. You know, I've been objectified, bastardized now, and everyone sort of didn't want to be near me because I was like, "God, that's the dude that fucked up." And we don't really know each other, because I know a couple of guys I've gone through Kapuka with, but then there's a few other guys coming from other platoons out of Kapuka I've never met. So, you know, there's 10 of us, and 5 of the dudes I don't even really know at all. So they're like, "Oh, fuck that dude, you know, he's attracting too much shit." So I'm like, fuck, you know, I'm going to put my best foot forward now. Okay, we're learning a 66mm Shaw. This is a single-fired weapon, It's a shouldered weapon, and it's for firing at soft-skinned vehicles at 200 and 300 metres, all right? And you got to crack it. You got to grab it with 2 hands. You got to crack this thing really hard, right? Really open. You You know, you got to get some fucking cunt about you, get some controlled aggression. And I couldn't open this motherfucker, and he's like this, yeah, boom, and I'm like, wouldn't crack. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm watching my mate over there doing it, and he's just cracking, people going through the drills, right? And I go, it wouldn't crack. Fucking wet arms or something, I don't know what the fuck is going on. One more time, he goes, if you don't fucking crack this cunt, goody, you know, you're fucked, mate. And I couldn't crack it. I didn't crack again, even though I was so pissed. I was doing the wrong technique. He cracks it open and smashes me across the back with it. This is like a 66mm tube, fiberglass tube that fires rockets out of it. This doesn't have the rocket in it. And he smashed that across my back, right? Sort of across my webbing too. My webbing, it's like a harness that has all our magazines, water and food. It's about 11 kilos, you know. It's about 11 kilos. And your rifle's about 3.8 kilos without a magazine, 4.2 kilos with a 30-round magazine attached. And we got drill rounds. So, and he's just gone, and every morning there's this tree that was about 2.5 clicks away from where the training area was. One way to this tree, and every morning he'd put a note on it with a fucking equation or a word or something. He'd go run to the tree, and that was 2.5 k's one way, and all the way back, you know, and you're running with all your gear on, you know, fucking, you know, it's hard yakka. Boots, and you've never run with full pants, full shirt, full boots, fucking harness, weapon, you know, and the more time you're away running on that penalty, they're getting better training, you're not training. I'm training my cardio, but that's not what I need to be training, you know what I mean? And so this is like the 3rd or 4th day after that, I'm like, this is fucked, and he's like, you know, you're a fucking target, you're my fucking shitless cunt, you know, you need to fucking show me you're worth it, blah, 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 giving it to me, right? That night, I think I even rang home, I rang my dad. Oh, I don't know if I want to be a fucking soldier anymore, I can't, you know, I had a little fucking hissy fit there. Thought I was all that, surely weren't. Okay, so, we're doing an ambush, right? We're doing ambush training. And with ambush training, when you get your mission, the enemy's going to be there sometime between Friday lunchtime and Sunday night. So you have to be set in the ambush, you know, Thursday night. And you're there until the enemy walks through your ambush. And we have our gun sighted. It's called the kill zone. And we're spread out 4 meters off the road. And we're just laying there. Like, you got to dig a little hole because you can't move. You got to piss. You just piss in a hole. And if you don't dig it deep, you just end up laying in your own piss. You're just standing there. And as the hours go on, after 24 hours, you and your mate, because you're in pairs, you and your mate just take it in turns of having a couple of hours kip. But you're always alert, you know, because this enemy could walk through your ambush at any time. And the section commander, who's in the center of the ambush, he's going to initiate it with a full 30-round mag, full auto. And when we hear that first round go, all of us guys, our guns are staked in certain angles. We fucking hit it hard. We hit claymores and we just kill that area. We rush out. We search the enemy. And then we get the fuck out of Dodge. We fucking run 25 k's away from them to another form-up point that we've already recce'd and walked through and practiced. Because all this stuff you're practicing too. So you're doing rehearsals and shit in the bush to get it right? The enemy start coming. We've been laying there fucking 30 hours or something like that, 30 hours. I'm like, fucking, then just as you can hear the boots coming down the fucking road, I get a fucking hair in my throat or something. I need to cough. But because I'm a first scout, I'm laying with the section commander in the center. Right, this cunt grabbed my bush hat off my head, shoved it down my fucking throat, grabbed my head in, and he's whispering into my ear, if you fuck this cunt, you're fucking dead. You're fucking dead. You fucking shut the fuck up, you piece of shit. And I can't breathe. And I want to cough. And then he's doing this with my ear. And I'm like, and then he fucking pulls the fucking trigger. And he lets my head go. The bush hat comes out. I start throwing up everywhere. I didn't even get a fucking shot off. I'm throwing up everywhere. My throat's scratched. I can't fucking breathe. I thought I was going to die. You know, and he cracks me across the back and goes, well done, young fella. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I'm like 18, but I didn't realise all these little things that were happening to me was making me tough, making me mentally tough. But I didn't know at the time. But oh mate, it paid off in my career. And then again, I had a couple of good weeks for travelling, and then we get to this bush phase called week 8, 9. Where we go out for 13 days, and this is the first time you learn how to dig fighting bays and sleeping bays, and you're living 6 foot under the earth. Pretty much like you're living in graves, man. It's pretty fucked. and your head's in the fighting bay, you only your chest, because you got to dig the fighting bay to the top button of the tallest guy in your section. That's when you want short guys, right? You don't have to dig as far. So we're digging in, we're doing all that. We're doing sentry, we're doing these patrols, because what we're doing is we're holding ground, and we've got the high ground, and there's going to be a massive withdrawal there in 2 weeks, so we want to hold that high ground and fight anyone that wants to come up that way, because this is going to be a withdrawal route. So at the front of our platoon, we have a thing called a sentry patrol, and that's a guy sitting about 600 metres directly to our front at 12 o'clock, and he's laying there as early warning. If he sees the enemy coming towards our way, he gets up, 30 round burst, fully auto, and sprints that 600 back to our fucking platoon, and we're all dug in, and we can fucking take artillery. Underneath those OHPs, you can take 105 artillery rounds. Like, living in the ground's it's fucked, but it's safe, if you do it right. And then, obviously, if you're following the war in Ukraine, it's the first time living and fighting in pits has ever been recorded, so it's quite interesting to watch. Week 8, 9. I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to do extra, so we can see me doing extra. Not because I want him to like me or anything, just to show that I've got it, I've got the grit, I've got the guts, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna do this. Because you're always getting told, you're so fucking lucky to wear the Australian flag every fucking day on my shoulder, right here. Every day I get up in the morning, the last thing I do, bruh, bang, Aussie flag. Who gets to go to fucking work wearing the Australian flag on their body like that? Fuck, mate. Oh, mate, it made me so patriotic. I fucking love it. Look, I got infantry and flags and shit. I love it. I got Anzac in my lip. Anyway, week 8, 9, it's the last night. And our corporal does it righty boys. He comes down at about fucking, we just had stand down, so we've done the day shift, and we're transferring into our night routine. And he comes down and goes, "Hey guys, if I were you tonight, I would sleep with my boots on." I'm like, yeah, yep. It says that about 7 o'clock. I finish my picket at about 11:30 at night, 23:30 at night. Oh, goody, decides to take his boots off, don't I? I can get them on pretty quick, I reckon. Anyway, so I've got my boots next to me. I've got my rifle there next to me. I've got my webbing. Our thing is a fucking headrest. So I'm asleep, mate. I'm dead to the world. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's got blanks in a rifle inside an empty garbage bin. And he's running down, firing into it. So it sounds like mortar rounds landing. He's like, "You're being mortared. Get up on the road. One of the boys has been fucking, been hit. It's a stretcher carry now, an 18-kilometre stretcher carry. We got to get the fuck out of here." Everyone's up on the fucking road. What am I doing? I'm tying my bootlaces up. He comes down, because everyone's waiting for me, and I'm doing my boots up. Don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It's embarrassing to tell this story, but it's fucking funny, man. So, he comes down, and he goes, "Oi, undo your fucking laces, cunt. Tongues out, loose as. You're doing this fucking walk with loose boots." Oh, and we're doing a stretcher carry, so we've got a 100-kilo guy. So my pack's 30 kilos, my webbing's 10 kilos, my rifle's 4.2. I'm in full get-up gear, but my boots are loose. And anyone that does long-distance walking, you need fucking double socks type boots, man, because otherwise that little bit of movement in your foot turns into a hot spot, turns into a blister, starts tearing the bottom of your foot away. So he's like, "Undo your boots, you're gonna learn a lesson here." I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So I'm like, I'm on the front left too, so I've got, a quarter of 100 kilos, 25 kilos. There's my gal. Yeah, I've got 25 kilos on top of my 30, on top of my 10, with loose boots, and we're fucking heading, because this is a non-tactical move. Okay, non-tactical moves means we're not patrolling and being deliberate and looking for enemy. What we're doing is we're trying to get from A to B quick as fuck. We still have soldiers on the outside of the stretcher carry. Looking at our 6 and our 12, but we're legging it. I'm about a K into it, and I can feel my fucking feet just rubbing. Every time I take a step, bang, my toes slam into the front of the fucking leather boot. It was so painful, and because it's a training establishment at the time, they have an ambo about a K behind you, just sort of crawling, just in case anybody gets hurt, twisted ankle, whatever the case may be. And the whole time he's going to me, just sit down. Just sit down and have a rest, mate. You don't want to fucking ruin your feet, do you? Just have a rest, buddy. Look, the ambulance is right there. No one's going to know. You can sit down. You know, it's prideful to do that. Why don't you just take a seat, mate? You know, your fucking feet, you don't want to ruin your feet. You don't want to get back squatted and have to redo this shit, right? And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. I just went, no, Corporal, I'm good. And I grabbed that fucking front of that stretcher, and I did that 18 kilometres, man. My feet were torn to shit. But I found the thing back then called second skin. I grabbed that, 2 fucking like wetsuit material socks, and every morning and every night I'd redress my feet, because that fucked them. That was week 8, 9, and you go to 12 weeks for the rest of that 5 or 6 weeks. My feet were fucking destroyed, you know. I should have probably gone to the ROP and stopped training, but, you know, I was like, no fucking way, you know, I did that. And he actually, for the first time, he comes up as we're walking back to the lines, and I'm limping like a mofo, and he's like, yeah, I'm fucking proud of you, that was good. That was good effort. You know, I showed some cunt, you know, some of that aggression. I controlled that aggression, focused it, and embraced the pain. And again, this is just another thing that happened to me that made me so much fucking tougher than a lot of other guys, right? These little things that are happening to me are making me mentally strong, all right? You know, so I'm learning. And then I get the little pat on the back, and it's like, oh, fuck. You know, there's no stopping me now. And, yeah, so we ended up getting to the end of the 12 weeks, and I ended up getting voted best soldier out of the 40 guys. And all the postings for us 40 guys were to a regiment called 57 RAR, which was up in Darwin, and you don't want to go them because they go around in APCs back in the day, which is, you're pretty much just sitting in the back of a wheelie bin, mate. You rock up to the fight, you jump out, you fucking spray a few rounds, you jump back in the wheelie bin and you keep going. And then, fucked if you want to be in an APC, man, because that's, you know, I know how to take one of those motherfuckers out quite easily, so it's a massive target. You don't want to be one of those fucking cocksuckers. And there was like 35 positions, there's 40 of us. There was one position to 3 RAR, 3rd Battalion Royal Australian Regiment, which was in Sydney, and they were paratroopers, and I wanted to jump out of fucking planes, you know, I wanted to do it all. But Jonesy, my section commander, he came up to me and said, there's 2 positions for the 1st Battalion Royal Australian Regiment. I want you to go up there. That's where the best is. That's, you know, they repel out of Black Hawks. They go to the jungle in helicopters. You know, we're getting fucking Kiowas dropping our fucking food to us in the middle of the jungle because we're so far from any roads. But the canopy's so thick, they drop these massive big lead weights to punch a hole through the canopy, and then they just go drop, and just drop like 40 ration packs through that hole. We grab it, we just keep going. Water, whatever. And we just leave the shit there, you know? So, I go, oh, fuck, okay. So I go, yeah, I'll go to 1RAR then, you know, and that's the battalion he was from. And he was proud to put me there at the start, you know, he was like, fuck this cunt. And at the end I got voted best soldier, and he's like, you know, because of the, you know, he pushed me to my limits, you know, that I didn't know I could do. I wanted to sit down every minute of that walk, but, no, fuck. You know, I was like, fuck, just for the spite of it. Fuck no. You know, then you start thinking about the guys in Gallipoli. You're like, did they fucking get a chance to sit down by the side of the road? And, you know, the guys in the Battle of Long Tan in Vietnam. You know, 35 guys taking on 1,800 Viet Cong. And they fought so well in Long Tan that the VC commander pulled back because he thought he was going up against a division of infantry dug in. And it was 12 platoon 6 RAR. And they weren't even dug in, they had shell scrapes. Anyway, that's the type of tenacity we have as infantry soldiers, you know. And that's the reputation you've got to try and be at. And Long Tan was the platoon I was going through. And now I'm going to 1RAR. It's my last night, so what I do, I go and get drunk, and I get infantry tattooed on my chest, right? And I catch a cab to my section commander's house. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. He goes, oh, what the fuck do you want, cunt? What are you doing in my house? I said, look here, I've got infantry on my chest. And he goes, boom, you fucking idiot. I'm like, why? And he goes, you're not an infantry soldier yet. You got to get to the battalion and prove yourself in the battalion. I'm like, oh, fuck. And he goes, I've warned the boys, you got infantry tattooed on your chest. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, no. And then yeah, we had our march out parade, you know, we did all the shindigs and we jump on the plane and I'm headed to fucking Townsville, 1RAR, mate. 1st Battalion Royal Australian Regiment. I'm super keen. I'm just thinking, you know, don't fuck up all the things that I've gone through the things that have made me tough, things that, you know, finally understanding what controlled aggression is, and rather than just having pure wild aggression, controlling that aggression into certain movements and implements and I suppose, you know, different ways to manipulate your aggression, you know. That's what we become experts at as fighting soldiers. Yeah, so I get to 1RAR and this is a whole new story, but, you know, and there's my 2 section commanders sitting on the stairs and I'm like, take your fucking shirt off, cunt. I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, these guys, you know, have been fought in fucking 92 in Black Hawk Down, was it? Madagashku in fucking Somalia. You know, and that's when my section commander who taught me through infantry, Jonesy, he was looking after the food. They finally got control of the food over there in Somalia. And yeah, he's got I'll tell you, that's a whole nother story I want to tell you about. But yeah, so I get the battalion and they're like, these guys, take your fucking shirt off, cunt. And they're corporals, you know, they're like, yeah, my section commanders, I'm shitting bricks. So I take my shirt off and they're like, infantry, eh? We'll fucking see, cunt. We'll see what you're made of. And then, yeah, goody. Welcome to 1RAR, boys. Thanks for listening, guys.